Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because I'm going to be reviewing some of the top best sellers from the fastest growing niche perfume brand, Navitus, and I have a fun giveaway that includes 3 of their perfumes. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about ABSOLUTIO as well as INTIMUS and the 3 perfumes that are included in the discovery set that one lucky winner will win, then let's go ahead and get started. I am so excited because there has been a lot of buzz about this brand. Navitus is one of the fastest growing perfume brands in the world right now. They have created perfumes working with some of the most well-known master perfumers in the world, such as Francis Kurkdjian, Dominique Ropion, and many others that I don't want to butcher their names, but basically the master perfumers behind Frederic Malle, OAKMOSS, Xerjoff, just to name a few. So needless to say, I was super excited when they reached out to me to share 2 of their best sellers as well as do a giveaway for you guys to experience this brand as well. I'm going to start with the ABSOLUTIO perfume here. This perfume is described as complex, captivating, and irresistible. And I would have to say I agree with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on a tester strip here. And I will say I have tested these, I have worn these, gotten to know them pretty well, and can also share their longevity and performance as well. So this fragrance is a fresh, sweet, magical scent. This has been compared to Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat 540. I can definitely see the vibe or the similarity in this perfume to that one. This one is fresh, this one is sweet, it's got a magical quality about it, and I think that would be the experience that Baccarat 540 gives you. It has that intoxicating trail that will last all day long. These perfumes have huge performance. They tend to start out a little strong, then they settle on the skin, and they are going to last all day long. So I will say all of the perfumes that I've tried from them have outstanding performance. So if that's something that is important to you, then you definitely need to check out this brand. This perfume almost has a teeny bit of a salty vibe, and I also wrote down in my notes that it kind of reminds me of a chocolate covered cherry. So there's definitely some gourmand notes in here. So if you gravitate towards those gourmand fragrances or you love Baccarat 540, you're definitely going to want to check this one out. The top notes in here are going to be saffron, cinnamon, and almond. Now there does appear to be a bit of a cherry note that is not listed in the overall notes, so I think that it is that almond that is giving that sort of cherry vibe. If you've ever used almond extract, you will know that it gives off almost a cherry vibe. You also have to be a little careful with the almond extract. A little goes a long way. I'm definitely picking up a teeny bit of a cherry note in here. The heart notes are toffee and apple, and this definitely has a beautiful sweetness to it. The apple is actually providing just a bit of tartness, so I feel like it balances out the sweetness just a bit. Definitely more of a sweet fragrance. And in the base we have driftwood, musk, ambergris, caramel, dark chocolate, and oak moss. So I definitely am picking up the chocolate notes in here as this dries down. It does have this sort of dark chocolate covered cherry. This is a delicious fragrance. I am definitely picking up on the cinnamon and the toffee in here. So again, a really beautiful gourmand fragrance, but there is a freshness or a little bit of a salty vibe, almost as if you were going to sprinkle a little bit of Malden sea salt on top of a baked good, and that's going to help balance out that sweetness. This is what I think about with this scent as well. So although this is a more sweet gourmand fragrance with that toffee and caramel and all of that, the amber and the woody notes in here definitely balance that out, and this feels a bit more refined, so definitely more of an adult sweet fragrance. And although these two fragrances often get compared to each other, I find that when I wear Baccarat 540, I can't smell it on myself. So this one leaves a hugely intoxicating trail, except that my nose goes blind to it and I can't smell it on myself, but I will have others compliment me and ask me what I'm wearing, and it always makes me laugh because I am someone who, of course, is going to want to smell a perfume on myself. This perfume has that intoxicating trail that is similar to Baccarat 540. It is in the same vein. Baccarat 540 has that burnt caramel note in it. This one is going to be a bit more sweet, a bit more airy, almost a little bit drier, definitely a warm fragrance. But between these two, I would say this one almost has a little bit airier element to it. So what is coming to mind for me is a dark chocolate covered cherry that has just been dipped in the chocolate, and then you're going to take a little bit of that Malden sea salt, sprinkle it on top, and it's just going to help balance out that sweetness and give it a little air of sophistication. So I really enjoyed experiencing this perfume, and this is something that I personally would wear year-round. I gravitate towards gourmand fragrances and will wear them whatever time of year, just when I'm feeling like it. But I can see a lot of other people really gravitating towards this fragrance once the weather cools off just a bit, and it's got that cinnamon in here and that warmth that you may be craving a little bit more once the weather's a bit cooler. So I definitely would recommend this to anybody who loves gourmand fragrances. If you are a fan of Baccarat 540, but you find that this has a bit of a medicinal note to it on you, I would definitely check this one. There's no medicinal note in here at all. This one is definitely smooth and refined, and as I have mentioned, the sillage and the longevity of these perfumes are fantastic. So the initial bubble when you spray these perfumes out is strong, and you will have that bubble for about a good hour or more. Once it settles on the skin, it is of course going to dry down, settle down on the skin, but you are still going to have a good, I would say, 8+ hours of wear. This one is going to last on your clothes for days. It does leave a very intoxicating trail. People will ask you what you are wearing. They will be able to smell you. Not in an overwhelming way, but this definitely has a presence to it. Next, we have another bestseller from the brand, and this is Intimus. The perfumes come in these beautiful boxes. You will open up the case just like this. It's got the note that's going to describe the perfume to you, and then the perfume is housed in here. The bottles are quite stunning, nice heavy glass. I love this purple tone, and the cap is beautifully adorned, and it is quite heavy. So beautiful presentation from these bottles. And I'm going to spray a little bit of Intimus out. This is another beauty. I've been kind of going back and forth trying to decide which one I like better. This fragrance is described as alluring, attractive, and romantic. There is a freshness to this scent that is just immediately likable. So the top notes in this fragrance are bergamot, one of my favorites, lemon, apple, orange, floral notes, and pink pepper. So there is a lot going on in this perfume, but it definitely starts out with a fresh burst. Then in the heart notes, you've got geranium amber, and lily of the valley. Then in the base notes, you've got patchouli. You have oak moss, toasted sugar, vanilla, woody notes, and musk. And I think maybe this one is my favorite because it's got a lot of my favorite notes in here. I love bergamot. That's going to add a freshness to any fragrance. I also adore vanilla, woody, musk scents, and I think this is a little gem of a fragrance. It is fresh, it is flirty, it is fun. It's got a bit of sweetness from the toasted sugar and vanilla in here, but to be honest, this one plays a little bit more like a freshie than necessarily one of these rich gourmands. I've been gravitating more towards Intimus right now because we've been experiencing some hot heat. This one's a bit fresher. I still think that this one is sexy, but it is more in a fun, flirty, playful way. I wouldn't say this is like a super dense, sexy, deep fragrance. This is going to have that fresh, playful, flirty feel to it, and it's got a slightly aquatic note to it, so it is perfect for hot weather. It's going to be great year-round, especially for any of you who gravitate towards those slightly aquatic, fresh, sweet fragrances. This is going to be one that you're going to want to check out. But again, this is going to start out a bit strong. It gives you a nice cloud bubble for at least a good hour. This one is definitely a compliment getter. It's got both a little bit of sweetness in it and freshness. Those are the two genres that garner the most compliments for me, either sweet fragrances or fresh, and this one includes both. So you're going to have that beautiful combination, and then it's going to last all day long. Of course, it settles down on your skin, but it is one of those that you will be able to smell throughout the day. But this is again one of these intoxicating fragrances that you are going to want to keep smelling your wrist because you're going to be wondering where the cloud of goodness is coming from. So Intimus is another one that has been described as reminding them of Baccarat 540. I definitely do not get that vibe. I think that I can understand the intoxicating trail. That's what I think of from this one, is that you get this beautiful trail that is going to last you all day long. You're going to get the same with this. This one reminded me a little bit of Bleu de Chanel, and they're two completely different scents, but that one also has that really fresh, clean element to it. I think that's why a lot of people love the Bleu de Chanel. It just has that really comforting, woody, clean, fresh smell. And I think maybe the woodiness in this scent is kind of reminding me of that. There is this really nice freshness, and I've just been loving this one right now. We have been experiencing really hot weather in the hundreds, which is very unusual for Oregon, and I've just been wanting something that is still going to be in my wheelhouse. I tend to gravitate towards more warm, gourmand, sensual fragrances, and this one sort of bridges the gap because it's got some warm notes in it, such as the amber and the patchouli and the woody notes, but it's got a lovely freshness to it that is really addictive. So really been loving Intimus. Both of these perfumes can be worn day or night. These are the type that you can dress up or down, both of them. If I had to pick one as a more nighttime scent, I guess I would be picking this one. This one's going to be a fantastic everyday go-to scent. You definitely still get a little bit of that flirty, sexy playfulness that would totally work in the evening as well. As I mentioned, I don't really designate my perfumes for day or night, but for those of you that do, that's how I would categorize them. So I can definitely see why these perfumes are best sellers, and I'm so excited because I have a code for 10% off Abby10. I'll leave all the information below in the description box. But if you're interested in any of their perfumes, I now have a code to share with you, which is so exciting. So let's move on to the discovery set and the giveaway. So one lucky winner will win this discovery set. This includes 3 of their perfumes. This includes 3 of their 15 ml perfumes. Absolutely gorgeous bottles. And this is a $145 value. Included in the discovery set is LAUTUS. Next is ARCANUM. Seize the Night. This is described as mysterious, rich, and addictive, and OPULENTAS. So one lucky winner will get to experience 3 of these perfumes, and I'm quickly going to give you the notes of each of these perfumes and a little heads up what they're all about. So we'll start with LAUTUS. And this is described as distinguished, elegant, and modern. LAUTUS definitely has a fougere feel to it. The top notes are neroli oil, verbena, lavender, and yuzu. The heart notes are juniper berry, cascarilla, freesia, and orris. And then in the base notes you've got ambergris, palisander, rosewood, patchouli, sandalwood, musk, and vanilla absolute. This one definitely has a sort of fougere or barber shop vibe to it. That's thus the reason I feel like it's leaning a tad bit more masculine, but again, I have worn this and enjoyed it. Definitely smells complex and sophisticated. Next we have ARCANUM. This is going to be for any of you that love those warm, spicy fragrances. This is described as being mysterious, rich, and addictive. Definitely get those vibes from this scent. The top notes are cinnamon, coconut, and frankincense tears. Not sure what those are, but I know frankincense. Heart notes are labdanum, osmanthus, and Laotian oud, which is a very interesting combination because osmanthus can have sort of an apricot chewy note to it. LABDANUM adds a warmth, almost a teeny bit of a powderiness to the scent. The Laotian oud in here is very smooth. And then the base notes in here are dark amberwoods, vanilla, and tonka beans. This is a warm, rich, intoxicating fragrance. This does remind me a bit of Parfums de Mali Herod. When I first sprayed this out, I was like, ooh, it's warm and spicy. It reminded me of Herod. So if you like that one, you are going to love this one as well. This is very smooth, refined. I love the tonka and vanilla dry down of this one. Just a really super rich and intoxicating fragrance. Last but not least, we have OPULENTAS. This is described as luxurious, complex, and refined. The top notes are apple, pink pepper, and lemon. In the heart notes, we've got rose, cypriol, oud, and patchouli. Definitely smell the oud here. Base notes are amber, woods, and oak moss. This definitely smells refined. This smells sophisticated. I am smelling a touch of the oud in here. This is a natural oud. It is not fecal, but I definitely am picking up on that. And oud is one of those that can add a sort of rich, earthy depth to a fragrance. Sometimes oud can go a little bit fecal or barnyard depending on the source and the way that it is balanced and composed, but this is adding a bit of earthiness, a bit of richness and nuance to this fragrance. Oud is often balanced out by floral notes, and in this case I feel like it is balanced out by the apple. There's a touch of rose in here. This is not a heavy, dominant floral scent whatsoever. It smells very regal. Like I'm thinking of rich tapestries and really elegant antiques. That's the kind of mode it is giving me. It is definitely unisex, but again, I would totally wear this, and I'm excited to play a little bit more with the Discovery set myself. But I think it's a great introduction to the brand because you're going to get 3 very distinct and different perfumes. So this is a little overview of the ones that I have tried so far. So this has been a brand that I've been super excited to dive in a bit more. I have seen a bunch of really interesting collaborations with fellow YouTubers. To enter this giveaway, it's going to be super simple. Of course, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up. I have a bunch more fragrance reviews coming up, so stay tuned for that. Then I would love for you to subscribe to the Navitus Parfums newsletter. And in the comments below, if you can, leave a comment letting me know which perfume you are most excited to try, as well as if you have a favorite from this line that I need to try. I think many of you told me I need to try Soir, so let me know. Leave that down below in the comments. And I just wanted to say thank you to Navitus Parfums for reaching out, for doing this giveaway, for all of you wonderful people. So thank you so much. Super exciting. And I hope all of you are smelling amazing and having a fantastic day.